Good evening, everybody. About the juice celery. I normally do about 16 ounces a day of celery juice, just plain celery juice, nothing else. Try to buy organic. I usually get organic 75% of the time, if I can get it at a reasonable cost. I did some research. Actually, the medical medium, Anthony William, the guy that wrote a book about it, said it's been able, just by doing 16 ounces of celery juice every day in the morning, people have healed tons of chronic conditions, anything from chronic fatigue syndrome, leaky gut, depression, anxiety, adrenal fatigue, digestive issues. The list goes on. You can do your own research on it. The celery juice is really powerful because of the salts. There's certain salts in it that really haven't even been researched. A lot of it hasn't been researched fully yet for the benefits that celery can give you. So just wanted to show y'all. I typically do, this is actually about 20 ounces. And this is 16 ounces. I normally do 16. I do 16 one day, and another day I'll do 20, because this is the only other thing I have. I can actually keep it airtight. You'll find that when you're juicing, if you keep it airtight and leave it in the refrigerator, it'll last longer. So I can usually get my celery juice to last almost 48 hours. So that's usually what I do. I'll do some. I'll be drinking some of this in the morning, and then the next morning as well. But once you can tell once it goes bad, it'll start separating. The juice will separate. This is a higher speed juicer. Most stuff usually don't last me more than 24 hours, but if I keep it airtight, I can get 48 hours of it, at least with the celery juice that I find, almost 48 hours. With the slower speed juicers tend to do a lot better. They're really expensive. I mean, you can get them for $200-300. Most of them. I have seen them for like $150 to $200. The cold pressed juicers are auger juicers, and they say that the nutritional content lasts a lot longer in them as well than it does the one I have. I don't really know if there's any proof or anything out there on that. That's what I've heard from people that's been doing it for years. They say that the slower ones, you don't damage the fruits and vegetables, the leafy greens as much. But this is quick. The slower ones a lot of times takes a lot of time to juice. I mean, you could spend probably an hour and a half juicing like a watermelon or two. When I only use the juice for 30 minutes, and I can get a gallon in like a half an hour, do a whole gallon. So yeah, I wanted to show you all tonight. I'm just going to be doing this celery. I usually keep, and I recommend this, keep a plastic bag in your pulp container. It really does help. I mean, with cleaning, you just pull it out. Used to, I just pull it out, chunk it in the trash. Now I pull it out, and I'm gonna actually pour it in my cheesecloth over here, where I can get more juice out of it. So I'm probably only gonna fill these up, probably about right there, and then I'm gonna squeeze the rest to fill it up, tighten it up, so they'll both be airtight. This is a mason jar, as you can see with the lid here. So here we go. It's going to be loud. I don't know how it's going to sound on Facebook Live, but the lighting's not all that great, but I did the best I could with it. I'm trying to block out so it won't glare as much behind me. So we're about to fire it up here. And if you can't get organic, I recommend ozonating. Get you an ozonator, which I have over there. It kills a lot of the bacteria and stuff like that. It's supposed to get rid of the pesticides too, so anything like that. But I try to buy organic. I can't do it all the time, so when I can, I actually wash this. This is non-organic right here. This is organic. This is non-organic. But I washed it in the sink with the ozonator for about 10 minutes. Just run it in there and just let it bubble and get rid of the stuff that you can get rid of. Obviously, pesticides and herbicides, larvicides, stuff like that. When they spray it on there, a lot of times it'll get, like on a watermelon, usually just on the outside. Like your fruits like oranges and stuff like that, typically just on the outside. But I mean, it can penetrate depending on when they spray it or where they spray it with the soil and everything. It can penetrate this. So you're not really, just by washing it, you're not going to get rid of, in my opinion, you're not going to get rid of all the pesticides and stuff anyway. Except, like I said, watermelon. You wash a watermelon, I think that's probably going to get rid of everything. Just with how thick the rind is of the watermelon. But yeah, we'll get started here. I'm gonna fire this thing up and get it rolling here. Let's see here. And I usually do about half of this. And you depending on your juicer, I mean, you can do. If you get a real high-end juicer, depending on what it is, you can do a lot more. But I try not to overkill it. So I usually do a little bit at a time. So it's gonna get loud. Just want to give y'all a heads up, but I'm about to rock and roll here. So let's see here. See if I can do that. Y'all can see at least a little bit, maybe a little bit better here. There we go. Like I said, definitely check out the medical medium. Anthony William has got a lot of good, might be William Anthony, I think it's Anthony William, but he's got a lot of good information out there for just celery juice alone, healing a lot of things. So I'm giving it a shot. I'm going to do it. I do it every day. I started 6 days ago doing it every single day, 16 ounces a day. On an empty stomach is the key. You want to do it on an empty stomach where it can get into your cells and everything, your body, your colon, your brain, all that good stuff. It ain't loud as I thought it was going to be on. It's probably going to sound a little louder on the Facebook Live. Sometimes this thing will shake the heck out of this and get knocked a lot louder, so it wasn't too bad. Some in this other jar over here at the sink. I'll be back here in a minute. It's probably about right about there, I think. Should be good. Hope y'all are having a good evening tonight. I'm actually about to go to bed shortly. Normally I do my juices in the morning, but I wanted to do a video tonight for y'all and show you a little bit of this. I'll get a little bit more in there. It's not going to make it airtight like I like to get it. I like to get it real good. It's probably going to leak out. Yeah, it's going to try to leak out a little bit here. There it is. So there's one there. That's 20 ounces right there. We're about to fill up this mason jar, and that'll be it for the next. It'll last me the next 2 days. y'all, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go over here and, like I showed in my other video, a trick to be able to get more juice. I should be able to fill that up, the rest of that up, and lock it down airtight. Throw it in the refrigerator with just the pulp I have in here. So I don't want to show that again. It's kind of boring, really. If y'all check back, there's another video I did before this one. The trick to harvest more juice out of your juicing. So I hope y'all have a good rest of the night. If you got any questions, comments, suggestions, yeah, like I said, I'm on day 6 right now of my juice feast. I've just had some apples and cucumbers. I ate 5 apples the other day and a couple cucumbers last night. That's all I've had other than juice. I mean, there is some things you have to go through. You got to detox. You'll feel like crap for several days, really. You'll have headaches, feel like crap and stuff like that. There's a lot more to it than just juicing. I do recommend everybody get at least a liter of juice a day just for health and to maintain. And you'll notice a difference in your health. I guarantee it just by doing that. I mean, just a liter a day is some really good juices. I typically do half green juices, half fruit juices. Some people do all fruit juices. Some people do 75% fruit, 25 greens and like leafy greens and vegetables. But you can do a variety of things. But just experiment with that, see how you feel. I would definitely start doing a celery juice. I recommend that to everybody. Do celery juice, 16 ounces a day, and that could really transform your health. I mean, people's done it 200 days. A lot of people, some other people on YouTube's done it. And even Facebook videos show a couple hundred days. I mean, they resolve their digestive issues. They resolve tons of chronic illnesses, high blood pressure, all kinds of things. So, but I hope y'all have a good night. I don't want to keep yapping here. I just want to show y'all some me juicing some celery. But hope y'all have a good night. Like I said, I'm on a juice feast, juice cleanse. Some people call it a juice fast. So I'm doing. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I mean, I may go. I don't know. I mean, I may go 30 days. May do 60. I haven't really decided yet. It just depends on how I feel, and just continue with it. So y'all have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.